fall to the Houston Texans in a pretty much absolute thriller. It was the most exciting Titans game besides that Cardinals game of the entire season, but they fall to 1-9 on the season. And to make matters worse, Calvin Ridley had a season-ending injury, breaking his fibula. It was a gruesome injury, and I don't even want to rewatch the replay. I have not rewatched the replay because it's a nasty one. But welcome into Titans Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper, and let's kind of talk about it. So the Titans played their best game. Coming off the bye week, you were expecting, hey, second matchup against a divisional opponent, and you're also playing a team that you know, and it's a weak offense, especially with CJ Stroud going out. But in the best case scenario, you saw what Cam Ward could be, but also you lose the game. And at this point, I'm sure everybody, all the fans, they want the Titans to lose the rest of their games, get the first pick, and have kind of like what you saw with the Bears 2 years ago. I talked about it on this channel here before. You can get that first pick, trade it away, and then get as many first-round picks as you possibly can and start the rebuild. But it was a great day for Cam Ward. And I mean, an absolute day for Cam Ward. 194 yards, 1 touchdown. He played his best game of his career, and you can just absolutely see the potential that he's going to be. 24 for 37. I was bringing up the complete stats, 87 QB rating, but Chigakonkwo had 3 catches. Gunnar Helm had 4 catches. You're starting to see that 12 personnel with 2 tight ends on the field. And you kind of just had hope for the future of this team. I mean, you didn't really show like, hey, you were going out to win this. But once again, if we have any sort of talking about how Mike McCoy is as a head coach, do you really want to be that conservative as a 1-8 team going up against a Houston Texans team that earlier in the year blew you out 26-0? And you had an opportunity to kind of ruin their season. You score, you go down, like Cam Ward going on a 95-yard touchdown drive all the way down the field, 95 yards. Perfect, his first game-tying touchdown. And at 1-9, where you really don't have anything to lose, you choose to just kick the extra point. I disagree with that 100 times out of 100 times. You go for the win in that situation. You go for the win 100 times. If you lose, you lose. You're going to lose anyway because you knew once you got to overtime, the Titans were going to go down the field, or the Texans were going to go down the field and score. It was guaranteed. You go for 2 and you put the backs against the wall. But no, it was a last-second field goal, and you put all the pressure on him. It wasn't an overtime. It did not go to overtime because they kicked it with time expiring. But I'll ask you guys, what would you have done in that situation? Go down in the comment section right now. Would you have gone for 2 in that scenario? Give me a 2 if you're going for 2. Give me a 1 if you're going for 1. I bet most people in the comments are going to put 2. There were some good things that you really saw and some really bad things that you saw. The defense, even getting back 2 key defenders with Arden Key and Jeffery Simmons. And on defense, they played pretty well. Arden Key had 2 tackles for loss, 3 QB hits, and 1.5 sacks. His presence was shown. Cody Barton with a sack on that I think it was a 4th down stop. He made a big play up on the field. And you got your main guy, Jeffery Simmons, who came back with a sack. But I love Simmons. One of the best players in the league. But he still makes those really, really bad penalties. And it worked out in the end. But do you remember the first quarter where, hey, they're kicking a field goal. All right, guess what? Well, you get a personal foul call on Jeffery Simmons, and it leads to a 15-yard penalty, and they go down, they get points. Or no, they don't get points. It worked out, but those stupid mistakes keep on happening. And Simmons made a huge play with a sack to give the Tennessee the ball back with 4:57 left. It was great. But the offense cannot close on every time. Titans only have 12 touchdowns through 10 games. They're relying on the leg of Joey Sly. And of course, Jameer DK did muff a punt. But let's talk about just what happened. And I feel bad for Calvin Ridley. He missed a bunch of games with a hamstring injury. And then came back, had one catch for 13 yards, and snapped his leg. And it was, you saw during the earlier parts of the season, during the beginning of the season, he was bought in. He loved what he saw from Cam Ward. And he really didn't connect for the first couple of weeks. But then he had one good game, got hurt, and now he's out for the season. And what does that mean for Calvin Ridley? Well, also I'll give him credit. I will give him credit. He walked to the sidelines, sat on a table, and then got carted off to a locker room. He had a broken fibula. A broken fibula. And he did that. True football player. But I don't think he's going to play another snap for this team. The Titans are going through a rebuild. He makes a lot of money. He's on a 4-year, $92 million contract. And there were rumors that he was getting traded before the NFL trade deadline, and that didn't happen. But I think that they're going to try to trade him in the offseason, and some guy's going to take a chance on him coming back from that injury now. And the Titans could easily get off that contract. You want to get off that contract. But it's a rough one for him, and I don't think that he's going to play another snap for this team. And do you really want to let a guy like Calvin Ridley waste away a career like that? Plus, you saw from the other weapons that the Titans have. I really like what I saw from Elikay Manor. And only 2 catches for 11 yards, but you see the potential with him. And then Jameer DK, unbelievable special teams player. Yeah, he had a muff punt, but you can see the talent with them. Gunnar Helm is a good weapon. You kind of moving on to the new wave of this Titans team. Calvin Ridley was not signed during the Mike Borgonzi reign. It was the one before. So you see how they traded away Jarvis Brownlee Jr. They traded away Roger McCreary. They traded away Draymond Jones. Draymond Jones, veteran guy. Talented. Very talented. But I just don't think that I don't think he's going to be a part of the team. And I think they're going to trade him away. I just think that was his Titans career right there. And we'll see. Titans still have a big season ahead of them. And if they win a game, which obviously you want them to keep winning, but they have the 6th hardest schedule in the NFL. So with the strength of schedule, and if you're tied with, let's say, the Saints and the Jets with their team with the 2 wins, you jump them automatically and go to like the 6th pick because of strength of schedule. When you're tied, it goes to strength of schedule, you jump to the 6th pick. So honestly, kind of want to keep tanking. But you saw, and I've said it before, Cam Ward is not going to give up. And we really saw a flash of what he can do in this league. 95-yard drive. But got to worry about this season. And next week, you got the Seattle Seahawks, who did lose today. Sam Darnold threw for 4 interceptions. It was an ugly game. They're going to want to get back. But they come into Tennessee. Maybe you could shock the world. Or if you want to go tank, you can always go tank. But you let me know down in the comment section. Do you want the Titans to tank? Give me a Y for yes, or give me an M for no. And while you're down there, also hit that sub button. Covering the Titans all the time. I'm home. I had to make a video for you guys, so I was going to get it to you. So hit that sub button right now. And as always, tighten up.